Hi, I'm Jeff Byers, your instructor for this course, ANI 258 Game Level Design Module 5. I'm hoping all of you are staying healthy and safe. In this module, Module 5, you will create a top-down drawing of a sci-fi base or the inside of a starship or whatever else you can think of that would be a sci-fi theme, and prototype the level out of the BSPs that you have created in Unreal 4. You will go online on the marketplace and find some free sci-fi modular assets. Okay, so let's get started. So Module 5, 6, and 7 will complete a project. Each one is worth, the Module 5 is worth 30, Module 6 is worth 30, and then of course Module 7 is worth 40. This is the end. So Module 5, you're going to be doing pre-production, design and prototyping with BSPs, just like we did in the mine level. Module 6, we're going to do sci-fi level, game level building and asset creation. And Module 7, we're going to be doing set dressing, lighting, and mechanics. Alright, unlike the mine level project, we only have 3 weeks, so we are going to knock this out as quickly as possible. The only thing I'm asking you to create yourself are 2 assets that are sci-fi themed. I want you to create 2 assets that are sci-fi themed that you can put into this level. That is it. You'll have to model, you'll have to texture, and you can keep it simplistic if you want to. That's fine with me. I know we're running out of time. This will last 3 weeks. I want you to have fun with this. So we'll get right into the Module 5 Sci-Fi Pre-Production Design and Prototyping. Okay, so basically we, like I discussed, 5, 6, and 7 are working together to complete one project. You are going to design your own level. This is one I did, actually I just did it today just for fun. I'm going to be doing this with you. United Marines Outpost Station. And what I did was I brought this into Photoshop. I did 150 DPI or PPI, pixels per inch. And I did 8 by 12, okay, landscape. And so again, 8 by 12, 150 ppi resolution, white background. And then what I did was I turned on the grid lines and the default. I'm assuming this is the default. If it's not, you'll have to go into figure out how to set this up properly. But what I did was I figured out that for me, this worked out for me. Each one of these grid cubes or squares are worth 5 feet. Okay, so our rooms have to be 20 by 20 feet, and most of mine are compliant. So even the small one here that looks like it's not compliant, the main airlock bay is 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 by 20. So that little square here with this grid scale works out just fine. So again, I want you to create your own, but you can use mine to look at, and you can see how I've got it set up and how it works out really well. Everything connects together, and I think it's going to be a fun level to play. I've got my science lab. Everything is named, even the rooms. So we'll start with the med lab. And we've got areas for people that are not feeling well or emergency, like emergency bay areas. And we've got a science lab in here. And we've got airlocks. Each one of these gray areas are bulkheads and airlocks. And we've got crew quarters here. And you can see that we've got 2 people per room, so that makes 8 crew members. We've got a lounge for the crew members, and then we've got bulkheads, and then of course the mess hall, bulkheads, and then weapons storage, and then the main airlock. Okay, so you can see how I've got everything it flows really nicely. If somebody's hurt, they come in and they come into the med lab. If they are not hurt, they go into the main control room and then go. And the crew quarters are close to the lounge, close to the mess hall. And then again, if they're called out, then they can come through here and get out the main airlock as soon as possible. Anyway, so that's kind of how I laid it out. We want to keep it simple layout. And basically, I think the only restrictions I have, if you look at some of the restrictions down below, and you can see right here level requirements, make sure you read these really closely. You need to have at least 6 different size rooms. Now don't worry if you have a couple of rooms that are exactly the same size, but they need to be named. They need to have their own theme. You don't have to follow this per se. I didn't follow it exactly, but I kind of got the idea and added some things myself. So I've got a little more than 6 rooms. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 8. And you can go more, but again, we only have 3 weeks. Each room is minimum of 20 by 20. Now that's not very big, so when you BSP, so basically what you're going to do, just in a nutshell, is you're going to do the plan. I didn't do this on paper at all. I just went right into Photoshop and started messing around with how I wanted it. And then went right, so everything's complete. I don't have to spend a lot of time. I spent about an hour on that one. And then just make sure you read everything really carefully. 6 rooms, hallways, and connect the rooms together. Think about flow. You can look at this. Okay, that's a good flow. And when I look at this, I think we could probably have a connection between these 2 guys here, but yeah, I think I like the main control room separate from the lounge. But I could possibly put a hallway through here. I could have done that. That's the only change I would have made if I thought about it. You need to have at least 6 doors. So again, each room 20 by 20. And you need to have a theme for each room. It needs to be sci-fi, of course. Meaning the theme, meaning is what type of room is it? You have to have, now each room must have an entrance and an exit. I'm going to take the exit out. You don't have to have an entrance and an exit. If you have a hallway through each one, they do automatically have. Mine has an entrance and an exit to each room. So it's really a good idea to do that. But sometimes you may get stuck with a room with one entrance, and I'm okay with that. Try to make most of your rooms with an entrance and an exit. It's just good gameplay. It flows better, right? Okay. So just keep that in mind. Each hallway or access will be appropriately set dressed. Yes, we know everything needs to be set dressed. You don't have to do that now, though. This is just something that you need to understand. These are the level requirements. All you're doing for Module 5 is to create a top-down drawing for me that looks like, that's really clean and looks like this, okay? And then you need to have a BSP. So you're going to take this, build this up with BSPs in Unreal 4, and you'll have Module 5 completed. Now, because this should only take you probably a day or 2 to do, I would highly recommend you moving ahead. So what does that mean? I don't need this turned in, but anyway, so let's finish this up first, and we'll go to the next one, what's going to happen next, so you guys can move forward. The course assignment. You're going to create a first-person shooter. So when you create your project, it's going to be first-person shooter. This is what I need to have. Okay, first-person shooter. So please do that. This will be a first-person shooter. So make sure you understand that, and it just basically talks about what I just talked about, what you need to do. You're going to draw a top-down level, have it clean, looking really good in Photoshop, and then you're going to BSP everything out in Unreal 4, and this will take you through what I'm going to be grading you on. Make sure you're following the level requirements. That's really important. BSP the level, and make sure you play test it. If the rooms are too small, they feel too small, then make them bigger. This is the time to do it. So test, test, test. And then your instructions for turn-in, you guys can read this. I'm pretty specific. If there's something I missed, please let me know. I'm happy to address it. So that's it for module 5. Okay. Now looking ahead, though, okay, what we need to start doing is looking for an Unreal Engine, some free packs. Okay. I know there's 3 of them. I don't know if there's any more than 3. But what you can do is go into free, and you guys have been in here enough that you can search for sci-fi environments. So let's look at sci-fi, and it looks like we've got a couple here, and we're looking for interior stuff. So this is looks like I already own this one, Modular Sci-Fi Season 2, Modular Sci-Fi Season 1, and this is the one I just downloaded. Got that downloading right now. So those are the two. These are the 2 that I already have, and they're both good. So what you need to do is just kind of check these out, and see. You don't have much of a choice here, so you have to grab it. Because I have these, I already know. Here's some of the things you just that a lot of students don't realize that I know, is that a lot of these have pre-built environments already for you. I know what they look like, so don't, if you use the hallway, I'm okay with that. If it's pre-built and you want to use the hallway, but the rest of the stuff I want you to build. I know what these look like, so I open them up every day, and I'll be opening mine up and checking yours out. And the hallways are the only things I better see that have already been pre-made. The rest of it I want you to build yourself. Okay? It's a lot of work, yes, but you have quite a bit of time. We have 3 weeks to do this. So, and you're not modeling all this stuff. So have fun. Just don't use somebody else's stuff. This has got to be yours. This is going to be your level. You're just hurting yourself if you try to do that. And another thing, I already know what's in these packs, and I know that some of them are pre-built, so I know what I'm looking for. So just be careful. I will allow you to do a copy and paste with the hallways. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But just add some stuff to it. Have some fun. Maybe have some hanging wires or some pipes coming. Pipes on the top. Just try to add your own flavor to it and add to it the hallways. The rest of the stuff you have to do yourself. Okay. So I will allow you to do that. Now I will allow you to do. There are doors, and I don't know if it's this pack or not, but there's a pack that has doors that open for you already, and I'm cool with that. Otherwise, if you pick a pack that doesn't have the doors open, you're going to have to get doors that open and close. Okay, and they have to open and close appropriately. All right. So anyway, find the pack. If you don't want to do all the work for the doors, you're more than welcome to find the pack. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I do know which one it is. But the pack, if you do find the doors and use them, I'm okay with that. That's fine. So if you want to buy your own pack and want to do your own thing with that pack, that's fine. Just understand, I know everything that's out there in the marketplace, and I know what the pre-built stuff looks like. So again, don't buy something that costs like $59 and then try to swindle me with an idea that I'm just going to go ahead and you're going to turn in something that somebody else has pre-built. Don't do that. This has to be your stuff, even though I am allowing you to do the hallways. But everything else has got to be yours. Okay? All right. Have fun with this. This is supposed to be a lot of fun. The module 5, 6, and 7, we're almost done. We got 3 weeks left. And just enjoy this. Have fun. Add as much detail as you can. You don't have to really build anything but two small little assets, and make sure they're placed in there. And have fun, and I'll see you in Module 6.